Welcome to episode 2 of Streaming on a Budget. The plan is the same as in episode 1. We are turning this basic PC setup into a full-blown streaming setup. So since today's budget is $250, we can buy a bit more high quality products. Obviously no premium things like an Elgato key light or a camera as a webcam, but we will be able to upgrade most of the products. Remember the video light we bought the previous time? I think it was this one. But I found out that when the light is low battery like it is right now, plugging in the USB cable isn't strong enough to keep this light running. And I think that the bigger brother of this light, yep, there we go, this has a decent charger. Let's verify it. That's definitely gonna be enough to keep it running. You can see a percentage for the brightness and then for the color temperature. I say we buy this one and then check it out. It's almost double the price of the previous one, so it'll definitely be a bit better, right? Now this is the desk arm we used in episode 1 to hold the light. It was sturdy, it looked decent, so I'm gonna look for the same one, Tarion desktop stand. This is the one we went for. $20 is the cheapest one I could find. You can even save 5% extra. These things don't need to be premium, they just need to be strong enough and look decent for your setup. This one does, so let's add it to the cart. Okay, so we got the light stand. The next thing I want is a PC screen. So usually I hate recommending second-hand stuff, but in this case I think it's a perfect scenario. I think this one must be pretty old, but a while back I bought this for $50. It's just to use as a second monitor to preview the stream and also to read your chat and see your recent events. I'm gonna add a $50 gift card just to make sure we don't go over our budget. Okay, so we are at $130. We've got 120 more to spend. Before we go on, I want a quick pause to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Owned.tv. Owned is a complete graphics webshop specifically made for streamers. You can find separate elements like badges or emotes, but then also complete packages. If you click on one of the packs, you will see a dedicated page where you can watch a trailer of that pack, but you can also scroll down and then use their preview tool. If you click on new donation, you will be able to preview what a new donation looks like. Same with the animated talking banner, you just click on it and then you'll see how it will look on your stream. So if you're looking for streaming graphics, check out the first link in the description, and thanks again to Owned for sponsoring the video. Let's go for the webcam first. So in episode 1 we checked out one of these cheap options and then we compared it to the C920, which is this one. Now to be honest, at first sight it looked like the cheap option, which is the left one, looked a bit better than the C920 on the right, but the only reason for that is I didn't adjust the colors and the brightness and the contrast, etc. of the C920 on the right. If you compare them just in terms of video quality, so meaning noise or weird borders or sharp edges, etc., then it's pretty clear that this C920 was the better option, so we're gonna use this in today's video, and that brings our budget to $210, which means we've got $40 to spend on our microphone. And I'm not really sure what the price was again, but the Pseudotech was a great mic in our test video. $40.79. That's just perfect. This is a complete bundle that I checked out in my comparison video of the 7 microphones. I thought the Razer Siren Mini sounded a bit better than this microphone, but in the comments a lot of you seem to really love the sound of this. So we're gonna add it to the cart, bringing us to $250.27. Alright, let's check out the cart. We've got the Pseudotech mic, the Logitech C920, then $50 you can spend on a second monitor, then the stand for the light and the light itself. I'm gonna order the things I don't have yet, and I'll see you when they arrive. Alright, everything arrived. Let's start with the big light here, because I'm really curious to see the screen on the back. I think this one will definitely be much bigger than the previous one, so we might have the perfect Elgato key light alternative here. Oh, look at this, it's definitely bigger. This is the Elgato key light I was talking about. Let's compare the size of it. Yeah, so I think this will definitely be a good budget option if it can go bright enough to light your face and the room behind you. Now, next in the package, you have this. It's just to reposition the light, and then of course the charger. So let's put this box next to us on the ground, because I want to unpack this right here. Let's see if I can get this out of the box. This light stand was a perfect budget option. You just screw it in and then connect your light to it. By the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I would really appreciate it because I post a lot of behind the scenes there. Before starting to film this video, I made a few stories there, and I always post a bunch of pictures of finished setups. I will put a link to my Instagram in the pinned comments and in the description, so you can follow me if you're interested. Now there are two things on the screen here, and we have two wheels right here. The top one is for the brightness, and you can see the percentage changing on the screen. Then the bottom one, this is color temperature. The lowest you can get is 3200, which is very yellow as you see on the back. And the highest you can get is 5600, and this is perfect for daylight. The key lights that I'm using to light my room right now are also both set to 5600. So let's aim it this way and then higher it a bit, because right now it's shining on the monitor. And now it's time for something really important. Do you remember what I said in the intro of the previous video? I would say that a really important part when streaming is a second monitor, but there is no way we can fit a second monitor in today's budget. Well, today we do have the budget, and it did cost me $50. So let's reposition them a bit. And if you're looking for something yourself, the specs of the second monitor don't matter at all. The only reason you want a second monitor is to move your OBS or your Streamlabs OBS to it, read your chat on that monitor while you're gaming. Now, the next thing I want to install is this microphone bundle. I unpacked it in my microphone comparison video, so here's some of the footage of it. I already assembled everything and just put it back in the box, so we can immediately install it on the desk here. We're not going to use this pop filter. The things we are going to use is the boom arm, obviously, then the clamp to attach it to the desk, then this, which is a shock mount. We're also going to use this pop filter, and then the microphone, which looks kind of premium, to be honest. Let's move this box aside. Now, this desk clamp that comes with the mic is very similar to the one that came with the desk arm we bought, and it feels just as sturdy as that one, so no problems in that area. Now, this microphone arm is very light, it's sturdy, it keeps the position you put it in. The only big downside of a cheap arm like this is that you absolutely need a shock mount like this. So you just attach it to the mic and then to the arm. Now we can attach our pop filter to the mic, then plug our USB cable in the back, and the cable that comes with the mic is extremely long, so we can just route it like this across the arm to the bottom, and then you can route it to the back of the desk. And let's add the mic in OBS to get a preview. Now when you use this, make sure that the logo is on the front, because otherwise if you talk into the back of the microphone, I think it will sound much worse. So now that we have our light, our microphone, and the second monitor, which is great by the way, let's add the webcam. And here we have it already, the C920. I'm going to higher it just a bit and maybe stand a bit further away. Let's make it a bit bigger, and I think that this webcam comes with its own software, so you can disable and enable the autofocus. Then you can play around with the brightness like this, with the contrast, then the color intensity, and then you have auto white balance, but you can also disable it and then choose your own look. So the only light in the room now is this one, the one that we bought. The camera is clearly overexposing, as you see here on my forehead, and if we reduce the brightness, it becomes very clear that there is a spot here that will stay overexposed. And as you see, it's because the camera is adjusting the brightness itself, even though it says that we can choose the brightness right here. Maybe it's OBS that's doing it. That would make a lot of sense. Configure video. So these are the camera settings inside OBS, right? And you have the same controls here. There we go. This is a Dutch word, but it's something with compensation. And now everything will be perfect. We can just increase this a bit. Now it looks kinda good, right? And again, if you hold Alt on your keyboard, you can cut off a side like this, in case you wanted to fit your webcam border in the corner. In the next episode, episode 3 of Streaming on a Budget, I'm gonna give myself a budget of $500 to build a streaming setup. And again, if you want to see behind the scenes of this, if you want to see the setups I'm building, then definitely follow my Instagram. I will put the link in the description and in the pinned comments. Now, if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like, because it helps a lot in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a nice day.